First of all, I would like to throw this question to ladies and gentlemen. Do you know who is the inventor of blockchain? The answer is Satoshi Nakamoto. Have you ever seen this white paper of Bitcoin? Actually, he is a super inventor of Bitcoin and public blockchain. Actually, I would like to share the history of Bitcoin blockchain. So actually, the first Genesis block was executed 3rd January 2009. Actually, Satoshi Nakamoto insert this very interesting news, which at the Times in UK mentioned Bank of England news after Lehman shock, because Satoshi Nakamoto would like to prove he didn't play mining, and then as a record, he placed this interesting news. So why he named Satoshi Nakamoto as the inventor? One of the view is he respects Tominaga Nakamoto, who is recognized as Adam Smith in Japan. Another view is, as I mentioned, I'm from Tokyo, Japan. Satoshi Nakamoto may love Japanese animation, which is Pocket Monster. This main character's boy name is Satoshi in Japanese, but in English, Ash. Ash indicate phoenix from Lehman shock. This is one of the very interesting view. Let me introduce who is Bitcoin Association. Bitcoin Association is a global industries organization for Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is following the Satoshi Nakamoto's original protocol. And then Bitcoin Association is working with merchants, application developers, service providers, entrepreneurs, miners, others in the Bitcoin SB ecosystem, advance the growth of BSB commerce. Okay, let me share what is going on and globally. Now, patent war in blockchain is happening. So please see this bar chart. This shows the number of the patents. Top player is N-Chain, which is based in London. Another competitors, major competitors, MasterCard, IBM, and Alibaba. So after the internet age, many people are thinking blockchain age will come. So that's why there are a lot of patent war is happening now. So let me share the feature of Bitcoin SB blockchain. And then first, public. And the second one, transparency and auditability. Third one, the immutability. Fourth one, and fast and low cost. Fifth one, privacy and with traceability. This is a very interesting and feature in Bitcoin SB blockchain. Previously, 30 years ago, there are big argument, public internet versus private internet. So many big organizations prefer public internet, private internet, because they worry about the information security. But as you know, public internet won, because if you use a private internet, there are a lot of protocol, so they cannot connect each other. So that's why public internet won. So similar thing is happening now, repeating again now. Now there's argument and controversy between public blockchain versus private blockchain. So I think public blockchain will be adopted from all over the world, because we need to share only one global protocol like internet. So in internet, there's a global protocol, what we call TCP/IP. So Bitcoin also similar function. There's a misconception of a public blockchain. So first of all, when we talk about our public blockchain, they worry about no privacy. But actually, we can use very safeguard privacy using privacy technology, and then we can secure the privacy as well. And actually, blockchain can be regulated by government as well. So public blockchain can work with proper governance and regulation. Next one, scaling. So let me introduce Satoshi Nakamoto's view. Bitcoin public blockchain can never hit a scale ceiling because Satoshi Nakamoto expects the human being can improve internet speed. However, no ceiling. So this is his view. Let me share the massive scaling status. So actually, Bitcoin SB scalability can be beyond with a credit card. Then in 2021, we introduced a Teranode project, and then Bitcoin SB scalability will pass with a credit card. Actually, Bitcoin SB's fee is quite cheap. Please see this figure, very, very cheap. Stability. So why we can enjoy the internet? Because TCP/IP protocol is very stable. So while Bitcoin SB blockchain introduced very stable protocol, and then we set in stone. So that's why many enterprises can enjoy to use public blockchain, namely Bitcoin SB blockchain, with good stability. Please see the Bitcoin SB's public blockchain scalability and speed. Authorization speed is only 1 second, while Visa will take only around 1 to 3 seconds. Let me show the comparison between Bitcoin blockchain and other major blockchains such as Ethereum, Hyperledger, and Rt-Codera. So please see the throughout capacity. Actually, Bitcoin SB's transaction per speed shows 2,800, while Ethereum shows only 15 to 20 TPS. So Bitcoin SB scalability and speed is quite excellent. And then actually Bitcoin SB blockchain can introduce smart contract like Ethereum. Many people are not aware of such a function, but actually it is available. And then let me show the several case study. There's Unizot. This is a startup to introduce Bitcoin SB blockchain for their supply chain management. So when they buy and sell seafood, so they can record where the fish come from and where the fish will reach. And then they can record, and they cannot change the record. So they can enjoy the good governance and the stability and the traceability. So a consumer can enjoy the good tasty seafood without any concern. So let me share the esports. So now there are a lot of esports are coming in the picture. So why the company introduced esports on Bitcoin SB blockchain? Because pro esports player need to compete with fairness. But once they have a cheating on the Bitcoin SB blockchain, they cannot tell a lie. So if they make cheating, so everybody can find out this professional player actually misconduct. Actually, this game introduced many items such as Japanese sword and then good shield. So let's say my son also loves such a game so much. And then if my son gets a more strong sword, Japanese sword, he doesn't want to use old sword anymore. So they would like to sell. But when my son sell Japanese sword to counterparty, he need to worry about counterparty risk. Because even though my son passed the Japanese sword to counterparty may not pay the money. But once we introduce Bitcoin SB blockchain with atomic swap, we can eliminate counterparty risk. Okay, let me share the basic blockchain feature. So when we use blockchain, we need to introduce such a very complicated password. Once we lost those one, we cannot recover. But now Bitcoin SB blockchain startup in China, what we call Vault wallets, they introduce threshold signature. And then this technology eliminates no private key, and then they introduce Face ID. It is much easier for everybody to use a public blockchain with this technology. Let me share how can we use Bitcoin SB blockchain to Islamic finance. Let me share the agenda one. So when Islamic finance player organize Islamic finance, interest is prohibited under Islamic law. So that's why we need to execute commodity transaction. So this is additional cost compared to conventional financing. This is our common headache in Islamic finance industries. And then we need to handle so many commodity transactions, so operation burden is very heavy. So solution is like this. We can tokenize commodity and cash on Bitcoin SB blockchain. And then we can introduce on-chain swap via smart contract. So we can eliminate counterparty risk. And then we can enjoy the very cheaper platform and running cost. So this is very reasonable. Agenda 2, this is quite important agenda in Islamic finance industries. Sequence of commodity transaction. Under Islam, we cannot sell commodity before we own to comply Sharia, namely Islamic law. So first, a bank will buy the commodity from the market. And then in the second step, a bank will sell the commodity to customer and then receive cash. And then finally, in the step 3, customer will sell a commodity and then receive cash. This is a financing function. So step 2 must happen after step 1. But if we use the public blockchain, we can optimize unspent transaction output, what we call UTXO. Sequence should be handled in the proper manner. Bank Negara Malaysia introduced Sharia governance guidelines. So all Islamic banks need to organize Sharia audit. So in Sharia audit, we need to check sequence of commodity transaction. But actually, Sharia audit burden is very heavy. And in addition, person in charge can amend the record later manually. But this will cause non-Sharia compliance. Okay, let me share the solution. So once we record everything on Bitcoin SB blockchain, so Bitcoin SB blockchain is immutable and honest result function. So everybody can trace the sequence of the record later, and person in charge cannot amend the record on purpose. So after we introduce a Bitcoin SB blockchain to Islamic finance, Islamic finance will be more Sharia compliant, more beautiful. Let me share another common agenda in Islamic finance industries. I'm talking about Scoop, capital market. Actually, settlement platform is different by currency. US dollars Scoop settlement is different from the settlement platform of Malaysian ringgit. And then infrastructure maintenance cost is not cheap. And then we need to think about anti-money laundering and then settlement risk as well. Once we talk, this is solution. If we introduce tokenized Scoop and on-chain swap, we can settle everything. So platform will be global standard, and then running cost will be cheap. And then investor can enjoy immutable record and traceability. And then investor and trader need not worry about the counterparty risk anymore. So Islamic finance, Islamic capital market can grow more with Bitcoin SB blockchain once we apply. Thank you so much.